It's Josh. Welcome back to the Battleground Podcast. And this guy needs no introduction. Today's guest. Welcome back to the show, the one and only Joe Hendry. Hi, Joe.
Hello.
How you doing, man?
Doing very well, thank you.
Excellent. Good to hear from you, man. Listen, TNA Bound for Glory this weekend. Big match against Nick Nemeth for the championship. You excited for it, right?
Absolutely. This is the culmination of a lot of hard work throughout, my entire 11-year pro wrestling career, but also my 21 years in entertainment in some way, shape, and form, and also a red hot year that I've had. I believe that TNA is in the Joe Hendry era, but Nick Nemeth has the title. He's the man, and he can make it official on Saturday.
What is it like to be able to fight for the NXT championship and the TNA championship in the same year?
It's pretty special. It's like I say, it's a testament to the hard work, but more so it's a testament to the fans' support. This is the fans who have done this. They have empowered me to do this. The fans hijacked the show. They says, nope, this is the guy we want. It's all subject to change. And I don't know if anyone would have thought Joe Hendry would have, headlined TNA and WWE pay-per-views in the same year, but here we are.
Here we are. You mentioned the fans. I went to Monday Night Raw last night in Philadelphia, and there's a lot of Joe Hendry signs in the crowd, a lot of them. And every time it popped up on the screen, everyone went nuts for you.
Really?
There is an event coming up in a couple of weeks, and we'll talk about that. But do you see yourself returning to Philadelphia anytime soon?
Look, I love Philadelphia. I've said this before in interviews. That is the night where things changed for me. It was when TNA was there in April or May.
Yeah.
And that was just when things were, something was in the air that night. That was when it changed. I wrestled LSG. I was working with Ace Steel. I still work with Ace Steel, but like that was the day where I sat down. We had lunch. I says, all right, Ace, we're going to do it your way. That was when things really shifted for me. So the Philadelphia crowd really gave me that boost, that confidence. So Philadelphia is very special to me. I will absolutely return to Philadelphia, but I do have I'm running my own show in Germany on November 6th, which is it November 6th? It's the Wednesday, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm running my own show in Germany. So I got business in Europe to take care of. But I wish everyone the best on that show. It's an exciting time for wrestling.
There was definitely a lot of buzz last night. People were like, "Oh my God, he's coming back to Philadelphia!" But I knew about your Germany show, but I didn't want to spoil anybody's bubble who was sitting around me. With Bound for Glory this weekend, the buzz around your potential world championship shot is growing. If you win the title, what's it mean to you, man?
Well, it would mean the world. I've said this in several interviews before that when I was 17 years old, I had a video iPod, and the one video I had on it, the first one I put on there was Kurt Angle confronting Samoa Joe in TNA wrestling. That's probably my favorite all-time pro wrestling moment. So to think that now I'm challenging for the title at Bound for Glory, it's unbelievable. So it feels fantastic, and I'm very excited for Saturday.
As are we. And facing Nick Nemeth is a huge opportunity for you. Was there ever a match or storyline in TNA that you think really defined you as a pro wrestler?
Yeah, the concert where I made fun of AJ Francis, that concert segment was, I think the fans already knew, but that concert was the first time that management went, oh, this guy's a top guy.
And we just mentioned TNA and WWE have a great partnership, and with headlines crossing over. How do you feel about the partnership, and do you think it opens the door for even more inter-promotional opportunities?
Well, anything is possible. We've proven that this year, that absolutely anything is possible in the world of professional wrestling. That's why I'm asking Eminem to be in my corner. That's why I'm calling out John Cena every chance I get, because I truly believe that both of these things are possible. And that's what this game is. It's testing the water, getting fans excited about these things. And then the buzz starts to grow into something else. And then all of a sudden, things that, this has happened to me this year before, where things that seemed impossible can sometimes become reality, because like I say, anything is possible when you believe.
And we all believe, of course. Backstage at TNA, the energy described as electric. How does that atmosphere fuel your creativity and approach to your matches?
That's how I would describe the relationship with the fans. It's very exciting. It's something that very few people have the privilege of experiencing in their lifetime, and I'm fortunate enough to be someone that is experiencing a wave like this in professional wrestling. It's really, I feel like I've achieved my dream. So you know, I'm so happy with where my career has gone. But it would just be a beautiful moment to capture the world title on Saturday.
Does the atmosphere backstage and obviously the fans' reaction, you know, out front, is that bringing out the best of you as a performer?
Absolutely, yeah. It's when the fans, the fans can really make matches. You know, I feel like the fan reactions have just been so electric that it just makes my job so fun. It's such a fun, it's such a hard job. It's the hardest job I've ever had. I don't know if people realize how hard it is, and all the things that come with it, and all the sacrifices, and all the pressure. The pressure, like there's, when you're in this spot, there's a target on your back, you know, and there is a whole lot of pressure. If you ask for the spot, if you're in the world title match, well, now it's my job to try and promote that and to bring people to the arena. That's the spot that I have, and that is a lot of pressure. I really feel a responsibility to help fill that arena, you know. So there's a lot to consider when you're in this position, but I'm very happy and fortunate to have it.
And you mentioned earlier that you've had a very long career in professional wrestling. Is there a legend, you know, or a veteran backstage that still sticks with you today that you think about?
I mean, you know, I got to tell Rhino that he was in the first match I ever saw, which was Rhino versus Eddie Guerrero for the United States Championship, which is pretty
Awesome.
good going for a first match.
Absolutely.
It doesn't get much better than that for a first match. You know, that same night I saw Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. I saw Cena. I saw Kurt Angle. I got to wrestle Kurt Angle. And who knows, maybe I'll get to wrestle John Cena one day.
Wow, that was kind of a great segue into my next question. He's going on his farewell tour next year. You mentioned a couple of weeks ago, very cryptic message on social media about 4 months from now. Is there any, can you give us any insight on that? I mean, we all know what's coming up in 4 months.
I know, right? Well, I probably shouldn't say, but do you know what? I am going to say it in four. And you know what? Because why not? We got to throw it out there, right?
That's right. Go.
You ready?
Ready.
Are the fans ready?
Fans are always ready.
All right, let's do it. In 4 months, I will be submitting my song to the Eurovision Song Contest. I know you're excited for it, man.
That's amazing. No, there are a lot of famous people have come from the Eurovision Song. There's a whole movie about the Eurovision Song Contest. That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Well, I mean, listen, I'd love to hear a new song playing through the arenas in 4 months, or something pertaining to you in 4 months. But I like the Univision submission. That's fine.
That's just one of the fun things I'll be doing around that time.
We can't give everything away. That wouldn't be fun.
Oh, there's so many things going on. That's why it's fun to throw out timelines like that. Because look, the crazy stuff happens to me on a daily basis. All the opportunities that I get to have. So yeah, it's fun to throw things out there.
I have yet to been able to sing along to your song at a live event yet, so I'm hoping that'll happen for me in the next couple of months. And well, you know, we'll see. It's fun to clap and sing along. You know,
absolutely.
You know, you have a lot of great charisma. I absolutely adore it. And is there one thing that, you know, fans might be surprised to learn about you that influences your performance style?
That's quite a hard question to answer. It's so open-ended.
Yeah,
there'd be lots of things that would surprise the fans, but I like to think I'm pretty open about who I am and what my thought process is and how I approach this game. Well, here's something they maybe don't or wouldn't understand, is that it takes a long time to build up the skill set to be in this spot. And this is a role I've really had to grow into. So I'm not yet at the point where, you know, someone like, I know Nick Nemeth will be able to show up on the day regardless of the conditions or whatever and go out and have a world-class performance. For me, I do not have the championship experience that Nick Nemeth does. The advantage he has is the championship experience. I feel like I have the world behind me. And when I hear the fans cheering me on, it feels like there's nothing that I can't do. So I feel like those are the two opposing forces right now. But for me, I will say something that would surprise people is I find it very difficult to unwind. I can't tell you the last time I watched, you know, a film uninterrupted, or even like I've been able to watch maybe 3 episodes of a TV show uninterrupted in the last sort of 3-4 months. There has been zero downtime. There has been nothing. There has been absolutely nothing. And that is That is the truth of the situation. I'm switched on at all times because I have not been doing this at this level long enough to be able to just show up to the building and go, cool, what's happening? Or what are we doing here? Everything is a careful consideration, and it is mentally, it is a challenge. But I'm growing as a performer and a human being every day. So there you go. That's pulling back the curtain a little bit.
If you win the championship this weekend against Nick Nemeth, who do you look at as your next opponent, or someone that would go for that title other than Nick, obviously, with a rematch?
Well, like I said, we are in an era of professional wrestling where anything could happen. I think it would be very exciting to capture the TNA World Championship and then officially invite John Cena to cross the line, because now that there's a business relationship between the two companies, anything is possible. So I can start calling out anybody and everybody, and someone will take me up.
I hope he does. I mean, that's a dream match for a lot of people, even with your long and even still young career. And yeah, obviously, one of the greatest of all time with Cena. I think people would go nuts for that. That's a great matchup.
It would be exciting. It would be. I'll give it everything I've got to try and get it.
That's a big money ticket. I'd pay a good dollar for that. Absolutely. Maybe WrestleMania. We'll see. That'd be fun.
A whole dollar. Thank you.
Yeah, top dollar. Joe, Saturday, October 26th in Detroit, Bound for Glory, TNA Bound for Glory, you versus Nick Nemeth for the TNA World Championship. Any final things you want to say to Nick before we go?
Final things I want to say to Nick. I have nothing to say to Nick.
Okay.
Because Nick knows my thoughts on him. I've said nothing but good things about his abilities. One of the best to ever lace up a pair of boots. Phenomenal performer in so many ways. But he also knows the truth. And the truth is that it's not his time. It's Joe Hendry's time.
Excellent. Well, last thing, is Frankie Kazarian going to call the match down the middle?
No. No. Frankie Kazarian will be the worst referee of all time. There's no question about it. But the issue is, I don't think he likes me or Nick Nemeth, but I think he likes me a lot less.
Understood. Well, I hope you capture that championship. I'm looking forward to it. I wish I could give you all the luck in the world to win, but there's not enough luck from me that's going to help you win, but I know you got it in you to do it. So good luck on Saturday against Nick at TNA Bound for Glory in Detroit. Joe, thank you for joining us here again on Battleground Podcast.
Thank you, my friend.
Have a good one.
Thank you. Take care.